Hi, hello, hi, hi, hello. This stream. We are stream. Hello, happy Tuesday? About to be Wednesday soon. Um we are back to work. I mean, like, technically I have been back to work for like a hot second. Also, my bitrate is like tanking. I don't know what is happening to it. I hope it's nothing bad. Hello? Dang, that is scary. So that is the current thing that is happening with my bitrate. Is like jumping all over the place. If there is any complications with Wi-Fi later on, we will deal with it then. Gonna burn that bridge when we get to it. For now, we just need to start with the work that we do. I'll be trying to sketch a commission today. Maybe. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do like I'm finish up like a second sketch, and I will leave like inking and like doing grayscale for tomorrow. That's our goal for today is uh finish up a sketch, a second sketch. Communicating clearly to my future self what the fuck I'm gonna have to do for the commission. That is our goal. If you get there before, I'll say 1 p.m. 1 a.m. p.m. a.m. 1 a.m. Then I will switch gear over to finishing up like a little doodle that I have going on. We will see about it. If I got like a bit too tired before then you know we go to sleep. I'm trying to set precedences for myself. I've been going to sleep pretty freaking early and like also waking up pretty early recently, and I wanna keep that up. Okay, let's go. Let's go over to the stuff that we have to do. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I don't know if I can download the references actually because like this is on a uh Google Drive, and I don't know how much like access they granted me. Okay, I can download these things. Good. I'm gonna do that. For a moment, it didn't let me save files. I got very scared. Oh, it's a web thing. I do not enjoy WebP. Worst possible uh file type extension thing that has ever been created. Okay, it's the Northern Star thing. Hello, 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 hello. Can I? Okay. Wow. Do that to me. Hello, hello, Anais, welcome back to stream. I'm doing commissions today. I also have a candle that I just have like lit in my room on my very wooden table. But like it smells like orange, so I will take it. Okay, meanwhile I'm gonna... You're not seeing that. I'm not letting you guys see that. No. This is for the commission, like the actual commission file. This is me like trying to sketch like the character I will be drawing first to like get a hold of like how I'm gonna draw them. It's gonna be a hot second. Oh fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Get that money, nice. We all need cash monies in this life. Where's my freaking commission folder? I have not made a folder for this new client, I think. Okay. I will make a folder for this person. Actually, I might need to change the like playlist later because I don't know how well the uh like copyright thing on YouTube runs. Oh, hello, Sarah. Welcome to stream. Oh yeah, I do have like a general commission folder, and then I keep photo by clients. So like, if you have multiple commissions, and like I group it all under like your folder, basically. I mean, like, probably I can like do something when it comes to vocal art, because like the uh vocal and stuff is like distinct enough that maybe YouTube's beta thing can like distinguish it well enough to like cut it out of the VOD later. You know what? If nothing, at least I haven't said anything too important yet, I guess. Nothing worth documenting so far. When you need to. This is the character I will be drawing. The kid. This is designed by uh, S Grimp on Twitter, and sent over by someone else who is my client. Oh yeah. I mean, I think definitely it depends on like the producer, and specifically whether it is like a vocal art song or is gonna go into like more mainstream stuff later. I know anything by Real will get like copyright blasted, which is valid. I think that's fine. Makes sense, really. But you know, I would like to listen to music, especially me being on like a giant Utahu kick lately. Oh yeah, be sad. Uh, yeah, it's just gonna be me like learning how to draw this kid. But now that I'm looking at this design, I'm thinking about like between like golden eyes and this color of eyes, like which is more regressive genes, like which has the chance to manifest in a child if those two people have a child. This is so funny. Oh, thank you. I mean, like technically, it is an Utahu. It is an existing Utahu voice bank by the senpai. Uh, but yeah, I was like, yeah, what if I fuck a whole fucking mouth art for this? And like I lost like two days of sleep over it. Literally, I'm honestly like at least a little bit proud of it, because you know I usually don't draw in this style, and I don't think I ever will outside of Yuto. So you know, that is that. I will keep it that way. Thank you. It's genuinely too much for me, and like it feels weird doing like that kind of proportions. Even though I feel like mine is still like a lot less exaggerated by a long like by a long shot when it comes to like Vocaloid art. Oh, don't worry about it. Do what you must. You you have your stuff. Take care of your business, Also, Nick. It. Every single time like I do like style tests, I will do this angle, which is like I think is fine. Oh, this will get like fucked with by copyright, but it won't like block my VOD. It's just like make it unmonetizable, which I'm not doing anyway, so I think it's gonna be fine. This is not BDG doing the copyright strike, it's ABBA. This version is so good. Genuinely, I like this version better than the original version. Okay, technically, like, his brow is the same color as his hair, so, like, not, like, darker brown like Leon. Give me a man after midnight. I do hope I can get to, like, the, doodle that I have lying around before I end stream, though. I feel like it's pretty freaking juicy. I say that to myself. It's like fully Sabadosian, but I'll take it. I love that the kid has a pair of glasses this early in life. I'm so sorry, bud. Like, as someone who has worn glasses since literally first grade and have only gotten worse with the eyesight ever since. Like, literally for a stretch of years, I was like losing 1 degree, like one number on the counter every year. Like, I feel this kid is gonna have a rough time. Like, you get used to having glasses, but man. Also, like, from the promotion, I would say he's like around 10, older, but like Pokemon 10, you know. This jacket kind of slaps though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it has like a flannel lining. Man, this is like pretty on point and for like Galar fashion. It's like solidly a Galar jacket. Honestly, I don't know how to pinpoint Galar fashion exactly, but like I catch a vibe for it. Like, it's actually like opens further than I'm like putting it here. Learning how to ink this. Actually, I don't know about CMS and all of the copyright stuff, so I will change to like my usual like playlist stuff, because honestly I don't really want to mess with CMS anyway, because like, you know, they have their shit to deal with. Wanna back onto that. Let's come back to too mellow today. I need something upbeat. This work? Hello? Okay. YouTube has been like doing some stuff lately, and I don't know if it's like on my end or on their end. Wow. actually just drew Leon like earlier. Dang. It's like being camera shy or something. I also do draw like on the inside of like sketch a lot more, so like usually like the shapes come out a bit like smaller than intended. It's something I feel like I need to like start fixing because it's gonna give me some troubles. Oh yeah. Uh don't worry, Anna. It's like usually like with server comms I will like keep you guys updated when like once I have like a good sketch going on. I've tried like a few times and like between uh the comic that just like jumped out of nowhere and uh the whole like stuff like New Year's stuff happening, I haven't like actually gotten anywhere like substantial with it yet. Don't worry, like I will be in your DM once I got a good sketch. Oh yeah. I know how that feels. Oh boy. Oh, don't worry. I'll take it. I would like to finish up everything before Lunar New Year, but like I don't feel. You know, I will have to prioritize like Lunar New Year stuff over other things because it's like a family thing. So like that stretch of time is definitely gonna be occupied. I will say that's like it's gonna start like 25 this month, I think. No, 26 technically because it's gonna be like 25, the 25th of December on like a lunar calendar. So, uh, yeah, that's like my current deadline for stuff. Yeah, it's a lot, but at least I think this year I will be home. I will be at like my grandparents' place like at the right time to prepare like traditional meal stuff. Because like usually we come back there after the first. We spend like the 30th and the first of Lunar New Year of like the lunar calendar in Hanoi, like at home. Uh and then we from like the second we go to like the father's side of the family, and like on the fourth usually we go to the mother's side of the family. It's like a system. It's a lot of traveling for New Year, but like it's just to check in with like the grandparents to make sure that like they're healthy, they're happy, to celebrate with them. Also, I get money out of it. Technically, I'm still in the age range to get money. I keep forgetting that I will not be saving this like uh this one. It's fully just a test out of style to like make sure that I can draw this character comfortably before I go into it. I should be doing that with the other commissions I've been streaming, by the way. I just don't because I'm lazy. Oh, that's me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm eternally mad about mooncake because it tastes like shit. I'm so sorry for mooncake fans out there. Like, you guys are valid, I guess. Like, no food is bad food for to everyone. But like, I fucking hate mooncake. Tastes like fucking wet brick. It tastes like a fucking wet brick that you season. Like, you try to season a lot to hide the fact that they taste like wet brick. In the stream, we fucking hate mooncake baby. Also, like, I should do that line before I try to do the lower lid because now I have to fix everything. Okay, we're learning. We're a procedural learning machine. What's the fucking actual quote again? Uh, a procedural something generator, network, a learning computer. That's like the actual quote, and also I need to like first of all like enlarge in everything, and then like change the everything to make them closer to each other. This is like playing like Mr. Potato with a character's face right now. The divine right to be like fucking shit at what you're doing until you get it right, you know? I've been drawing Leon's face like a bit softer recently. I haven't been using like a lot of hard like strong like straight lines anymore. Cause I feel like I can do it now. So maybe the kid can do with like something like that, you know? Maybe Sonia has a cheek line. Just a smattering of traits from both parents. This is how you design kid characters, I guess. Awful. I feel like I should be better at it. Now that I do that. Character design is basically getting a theme and then sticking to that theme like comes hell or high water. It's not like relenting on the theme. I will show y'all what I mean when I say that like later on with that one uh like doodle that I was talking about. If we get there, once again, not a guaranteed thing, but I'll try. Mostly like I put out like goals for the stream and stuff to like keep myself from getting like too mired in details. Not always successful, I will have to say. Very often I do that anyway, but like it's the thought that counts. Something say something. Hey, hi kid. Let me look at your face. This is a nice design. I like that his hair is like a little bit more muted than like either his parents. This is an OC. It's an OC designed by once again. I'm gonna like by S Grim on Twitter. I will like write that on the ref right now actually. This is a design that like the client came to me with. Oh, I forgot that I bumped the. There you go. Yeah, it's like a very good design, like a kid design, I'd say. Like, it has a good like classic Pokemon elements, and it's like a good mix of like his parents' characteristic. Yeah, it's like this is like the next gen kid design kind of deal. Also, I just realized that like he has like a hair detail that I feel like I would like to work into like my style. We'll see about it. We're gonna try it right now, actually. The way like his hair is a little bit less curly than Leon's. I draw. Yeah. Go like that. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I mean, like, yeah, I'm just like testing out a style right now. I haven't really gotten into like the nitty gritty of it yet, but we'll see how we fare later on. I feel like I haven't been like an actual person for the last few days for some reasons. Like I feel like I don't know, weird. So now like me getting back into the groove of things is like a bit of a hurdle, so I'm doing this stream. Yeah. Something is up with like the weather, I think. That maybe that's the reason why everything is kind of like this right now. Yeah. But, you know, eventually we have to do what we must. It's so cute. It looks like I don't know if I should be saying because it does look a little bit like a Digimon character. Yeah, like the Pink Digimon days. Probably because of like the sunglasses. I would say it's the sunglasses to spare him like the despair of having terrible eyesight at this age. It hurts then. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it has like a vibe. Digimon designs were like pretty fucking peak though, especially for like the kid characters. Oh, I just realized what's up with like I'm figuring things out. Yeah, this is why you do like style test. Cause like it will teach you things. Like it will teach you at least like the logic of like how things should be working. Hmm. I think if I figure out the stats, the size will like fit together easier. Yeah, like you know, the. Honestly, I don't know what this style of hair would be. I guess like the Ed from Cowboy Bebop. That's what like I'm thinking about. Also, that does mean that the style needs to be that need to be like, smaller. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. Smaller. Big hair, small hair. I think that's why I think of Digimon characters actually because like one of the characters I don't even know the name of like from one of the Digimon movies like he has this hair. this style of hair, and like doesn't like my reference to this for it. Eh. Yeah, something. It is actually needs to be like showing a bit more here. Shorter. Oh. That work has been done. Don't undo it. Ah, wrong thing to click. Drawing that YouTube piece, like basically like fucked up my whole like uh my whole like routine, my whole inking routine. Like for a hot second today, I keep clicking like this brush instead of like my usual inking brush. Cause like I use that other brush to ink that YouTube piece with instead. Cause like this one too textured, and like when it's like too thin, it will still the texture shows like too much. So I had to switch over to this one. Yeah. The classes. It's actually not the same as Sonia's classes. So that's cool. This one has like an actual frame. Sonia has classes have like cartoon frames. I keep adding to because like out of every object on Earth, probably classes are something that I'm the most familiar with. Due to having a pair of them sitting directly on top of my face every fucking day of my life. I have quite literally not looked at anything as much as I have looked at like a pair of glasses. Yeah. Afraid of wearing glasses since you were a baby. Honestly, I don't think like the glasses I'm drawing are like large enough for his freaking face. Need to enlarge them. Oh, there you go. Waffling between two brushes and then like getting the wrong one. We're just a bunch of glasses wearing nerds over here. Oh, fuck yeah. Honestly, good. That does mean you don't think too much about glasses. I do. I don't know why. Literally, well, one, it doesn't change anything. Two, uh, like, it doesn't even need to be like that detailed. Like, people will read a pair of glasses as a pair of glasses, like, just freaking fine without, oh, my fussing about, but I guess, like, I like drawing him. No. Do I like drawing glasses? You're gonna have to do, like, that kind of introspection now, huh? Um, I want to make a character who's like the opposite of that trope. As like, you know, people who wear glasses like look hotter with glasses on, without glasses, and vice versa. I want to make a character who looks like fucking hideous without glasses. I don't know why I want to make that character, but I want to. I mean, like, I think like according to my parents, I am already like that character. God, same. Like huge mood on that end. So funny because like there's like a thing with like eyes looking like I don't know weirder or something like that if like your eyesight got too bad with like the old people here saying that. So like apparently whenever I look like I leave off my glasses, which is not a lot of the times because I am blind as a bat without them, literally. Uh, yeah, but like every time I leave them off, and like the parents see me, they will say that like I look weird or like dead eyed. Which like, gee, thanks. But like it's valid. I think it suits me looking that way. Glasses are good. Glasses are like essential character designs. Like I could be leaving glasses off for like my future hub design, but I refuse to. I think I know how to draw this kid now. I figured out his hair, which is like half of the equation right now. And like how big his glasses gonna be. As to how I draw his fur, maybe I will do like the same thing I do with Leon's like Leon's cape fur. I think that is probably the on theme for this anyway. Makes sense. Technically, I don't think like he will be wearing the coat like in the commission. It will be hung like on the coat hanger next to him or something like that. I'll figure out like uh the actual like placement and everything while I'm like sketching the room. I do think he looks a lot like an actual Digimon character in my style, even more than like the original ref. Digimon was a lot. I mean, like, a lot of animes are a lot. You never think that Clannad would be that much, but it was show us. And fucking what's that one? The Mega one? Suddenly forgot the name of. I'm trying to remember that one actually. That the one that was straight up about like the fascism, and there are also like boobed main character in there. I don't freaking remember exactly, but yeah. Anime are a lot, man. Anime deal with a lot of like strong sentiment and stuff. Oh, I forgot that that's not my Mm. I need to do at least the profile. Gotta understand. Mm. Oh yeah, good news. I might be able to get like a set of outfit like sometimes this year to wear as like formal wear instead of like, you know, suit and tie. Which is like I like that choice a lot more than suit and tie, I'm gonna say. Like definitely suit and ties are already like a bit above outside for me because like just the sensory nightmare that is outside, and also uh the fact that it's like will make me be read as like girl like 100 times more. But that would be like a lot better. Yeah, the lashes are something I do like struggle with a little bit on like a profile look. Like I don't really have like a set way to draw them. Like I just see how it goes and try to play it by ear. This is actually like about like kind of the same way that I draw like 13-year-old Leon's hair. I don't know why I chose 13 as like the year that like everything fucked up for him, but well, that is there in the text for me now. But that is on the wrong freaking layer. Oh. I'll say this is like how the back of his hair look. Oh, thank you. This is because like I do all of the fucking up in my sketches. And also I redo a line like 17 times before I like settle on them. I mean like your lines are like also really clean. And like with the speed that you do it too, you know, I do clean lines in like 3 times the amount of time that you do. Honestly, I should be like having the rep a bit closer, but we're testing. We're attempting fate today, I guess. There, it's like me trying to figure out like lower lashes on the go here. Awesome. Nope, a bit lower. There you go. I think that's like a fatal flaw with me, that like not trusting in the process enough. Like, you know, if you do everything right, like technically it will come out right, but like with me it's never really like a guarantee. Because like the first part of it is not a guarantee. We all gotta work with our flaws at the end of the day. His brows are a bit thicker than I did, and like the other side there. Trying to keep it consistent mostly. And also like being drawn a bit pointier than Leon, like implying that like it's like straighter, a bit less fluffy. And you do have to check like the angle of the glasses. Technically, it's gonna be a little bit curved. It's fun drawing glasses because the subtle curvature of like the surface makes it like a fun way to, and also like it will keep show, like the details will be showing well, even like, you know, on a profile angle, because it is a slightly curved. It's not like totally straight. It's fun. It's like shoes, but easier. So the thing that I've been obsessing with, like with glasses for a while now, is like trying to like portray the glasses inside like a bit more accurately. So, you know, doing this. I don't know why I like try to do all of that, but it's fun. my my ultimate like uh reason for anything is that it's fun. Yeah. Okay. liking that, like 3 different lines. Definitely excessive. Something something. To pair with the socks as an extra sweater, hoodie, a dressing gown. God, yeah, definitely like layering up is like the good tactic for that. Also, like I made like his face line here definitely a bit too big. We'll have to resize that for it to make sense. Uh, yeah, when it's called like layering up, it's definitely like the way to go. You know, wear more. Oh yeah, that's why. I I will be retrying the whole thing because like I messed up like the actual curvature of his nose. Yep. You know, like that professional character design stuff like advice is to redraw the character like until you like are sick of it before, you know, actually committing to a design. It's like you will know like how your character design like will be translated. Like it will be transformed by your own hand like a number of times before, you know, you should be committing to it. And like it should be something that you feel like, you know, comfortable with drawing that many times. It is a advice that I understand and an advice that I heed like a number of times, but not always. This does not matter. Like I'm like definitely like wasting my time on like trying to get everything right here. It does not matter that much. It's more about like, you know, once again knowing the pitfalls of what I'm doing. So and I use it like I've heard from like a few folks who have been dealing with a cold like over there in the US like if you have like spare fabric like you should use them to like plug up like any holes or like gaps in the doors or windows that you have to conserve like, you know, keep the heat inside. God, I remember like me staying around on like one of the uh holidays near like around winter, like at that student flat like complex I was in when I was still in France, and I was up in Lille too, so like it was like cold and I wished fucking tits, and the landlord like left me a heater, like kind of like a one person heater for like one room only, stuff like that, and like it was small enough that I just kept it like directly next to my bed, and then like I just like laid on my bed and like slept that way. Slept like a few centimeters away from an actual heater. I don't think that's safe, but like holy shit, it was cold that year. It was colder than I'm comfortable with. Definitely as tropical as I am as a person. There you go. I'm not like super happy with like the whole like curvature of his face actually. I'm gonna fiddle with it like a hot second more, and then I will switch over to actually sketching the commission piece. This feels a bit better. I just realized, like, as I was saying that about the heater, I looked over and like I was still having this whole freaking candle still lit, like very close to a number of things that can definitely catch fire. But I'm closing the door, so like, it's like this fire doesn't spit anything. It's gonna be fine. Honestly, like, can you tell this is not like Leon from like far enough away? Is there any like are there any like are there enough clues in this design to tell that it's not Leon? Oh, don't worry. I don't think anything is gonna happen at Ace. If nothing, I have had good luck with fire so far, and also like this specific candle has like a lid that I can close if like the fire gets like out of hand, and I just starve it of oxygen. The question says too good to be Leon. You know what? Fair. Yeah, that's valid. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think like, I'm okay with this. Irving is like chin up a bit more. There you go. Yep. Yeah, let's move on to the actual piece. Oops, that's not it. There you go. I will be opening like another a number of other references stream sent by the same character, the same like client. So this is like the kind of scene that they want. So this piece is small as fuck. Awesome. It should has a kind of like a type of short song. Just having like all the things I need to include on screen so I remember to do it. It's like the vortex of reference I'm pulling out. This. Okay. Damn, I'm still in my OC. I don't really understand like science like photo like backtracking algorithm or whatever. Like on my old version of Psy, like it will jump to the folder of like the last piece that I opened, like directly when I like open a new file, something like that. But on this one, it's like I genuinely don't understand what it does. Also, me mixing up like Z and X for no reason. Okay, that's like that's the file now. I have saved it. Uh, what we will be needing to draw is okay. Windowsill. That is a character, like a design for the background. personal illustrated book. Okay, I have like a look for that in my mind. I'm not sure if it would be like perfectly in line with it, but I feel like it is like what a kid his age would do. This has been a while since the last time I was 10. I'm gonna have to tell y'all that. Okay, the jacket and the sling bag will be a rack. Will be hang on a rack. Okay. Dang, yeah, we were all 10 once. That's so fucked up. So fucked up that we were like 10 once upon a time. Switch to. This is like actually like this is genuinely a very good ref because it does show like the angle that I would could be using to show the maximum of both like the outside scene and like a bit of his room, but like the heater, the radiator over here, is giving me ideas. I don't know what's up with me today. This is an A4. You know what? I'm gonna do it like the classic way and like divide everything in chunks and like see how stuff fits. Not exactly though, because I can't measure by eyes. Like we're shit. I'm actually so bad at measuring anything by eyes. So terrible at like eyeballing literally anything ever. I need measurement written like directly on anything that I'm doing. That is one thing about Saiwan that like definitely I would prefer like if I could like switch over to side 2, which is the ruler. God, I need a number, please. Something, something. How cocky is this kid? Is he like a good child or is he like the bad boy of the group or something? Wonder. No, I shouldn't be like sketching directly on top of the lines that I've been putting out for myself. That will never go over well. Sad to say. Leaving like a bit more. Maybe pushing the a little bit. Yeah, he has like a cool kid kind of vibe. But I thought like Hop was like that too, and then turns out he's like a huge sweetheart. So I don't know. There are many ways this can go. I just realized one thing. I don't know why I haven't thought of this before. But a a lot of the times in like a small room, the heater or like the radiator or whatever uh will be like directly under the window, like from what I've seen over like in France, and I assume that is like a common thing over there, not just in France but like in I guess I will say Western countries. But that's just something that I have never thought about because we don't have that shit here. It's too fucking hard every freaking day of our lives to have something that is called a radiator or a heater. So it's like, fixed into one place in a room. So like almost always like if I can I will always have like my desk directly under a window so I can use some of the like sunlight to cut down on like having to look at like a LED light every day. which I don't think that that's gonna be able to happen nowadays, given that I work with like a less screen 24/7. But yeah, that was like the case with me when I was like a child. That like my desk would mostly be like directly next to a window, like under a window, and like the bookshelf would be to one side of the window, and all the stuff would be around the room. Now I have to like account for the radiator. If the radiator weren't like directly under the window, where would it be? Damn, I've never thought about that. Holy shit. Actually, like I'm lengthening this up to give myself more room to work with. Probably we can like lower it later if it turns out it's too much. Oh, oops! I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, like being in like a studio apartment over there is like something else. I'm sure. I was there. I was that bitch. Actually, this doesn't even look like an actual desk. It's more like a sleep desk or like like a night table or something like that. Just look like an actual like desk for doing work. Something something. No room is finished without a bookshelf. I very frequently, by instinct, will draw like the kind of stuff that I see in my room a lot. And given that like I've just moved here like literally like over 5 months ago, I think. No, not even 5 months yet, over 4 months ago. Like the way I draw things are usually a references directly from my brain image of my own room. So like everything are in block shapes because honestly the amount of design I like design that went into the old apartment was close to zero. But like it's fine. Up. Hello? Okay. Got too zealous. How do I make this interesting? Actually, like it's probably not gonna be like long because like his desk is here. I refuse to put his desk anywhere else. Actually, like lower it a bit, maybe. Also, I forget that windowsill could be like larger than what I'm used to, which is thin as fuck, and you can actually sit on it. There's actually no windowsill; it's just a window frame. Something, something. It's just me lowering like the window line. Significant amount. Oh, oops. It might be mine too. No, actually, the bitrate is like. I will say no more about that because it's just yeah, it's just yellow for 1 second. I think it's like just warning me to shut my damn mouth. Hmm. The good thing is, would be a bit weird to have like the. Would it be a bit weird to have like the clothing rack, like you know the coat hanger and stuff like here of all places? That would be kind of weird, right? I mean, like not exactly, but also like honestly, like yeah, it might not be like that weird. I've seen like the shit landlords up too, but at the same time, I imagine this kid has his own room. I'm not sure. Maybe he's hired. Like maybe he's like, uh, like on on his own already. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe like Sonia and like Leon are like freaking Narutoing this shit. Not sure. That's a very mean thing to say about someone, I think. Also, like the freaking curtain rod. It needs to be out there. Oh yeah, that's the end of that album. Need to listen to Santo Kyoto Future again. Okay. Honestly, kid like hanging stuff on an actual hanger instead of throwing it on like the bed or you know putting it on like the back of a chair is like unheard of. I'm gonna say something more like a student desk. And I'm like, to be a bit safer than what the hell is going on in the reference picture, I'm making like the windowsill a bit bigger. And also like make him like more inside the room than outside. The cost of being 23 now is seeing child endangerment and feeling fear. You're not 10 anymore, sadly. You feel fear now. Um, yeah, I will say yeah, I am pretty fucking young. But still, I'm already wary of so many things. Oh, soon I will not be. Yeah, I'm like I'm trying to enjoy like the last few years of being able to like swindle money out of relatives on like New Year. Cause like that's not happening soon. That's not happening again. Like in a few years. In a few years I will be the one like handing out the envelopes instead of like receiving them. I think like the end point for that is 25 actually, so like I only have 2 more years to enjoy money, free money. Honestly, if you can milk like use a discount with your stature or whatever, I think you should always do it. Never hesitate. Mm. like, I would say like the coat on this side and like the back on this side to make it work, make it make sense. It's what size kit are we talking about? I think like it's kind of like masterly when you're like, you know, you're at the age where you don't get like your discount anymore, but you also get carded at like any establishment because you look like a baby. Something something. I need to figure this out actually. For real. Hmm. Not to be like this is in person like uh privilege, but yeah, I definitely think that I will be needing like padding on this to make it make sense. To me personally, I don't think it makes it like I don't think anybody cares with me, but man, so precarious. And like like it's like folded up basically, and then you know it's like a fucking tamagoyaki over here. Honestly, kids do like such bullshit with their body. Like they really can't just like start napping anywhere if they want. They would just like sit on like the fucking on top of a pole for like hours and they don't feel anything. Like when you're 20 over 20, like if you sit down on a surface that isn't padded, like your whole spine just breaks into pieces. Honestly, I kind of do miss being a kid a little bit, but also not really. I think mostly I miss not like, you know, having BPV. I miss the time before literally last year. This BPV basically sucked all of my brain like power out of me. Yeah. You know, like sometimes you are allowed to mourn like things that you didn't get to experience. It's not just like, you know, the thing that you have experienced alone. Also, you know, the chances. Okay, I will say I definitely I think that as someone who lives in Vietnam and probably will never make over like 11 million Vietnam dong a month yearly, I will probably never have to worry about like individual taxes. So that's one thing I got over a lot of other people. I don't have to do math every year. Congratulations. I will make enough for me to live well and that's it. Fuck everything else. I will be using like public transit for as long as I can. Cause yeah, just like I think the taxes are like kind of bullshit. As in like, you know, like the individual like responsibilities and shit like that. I know that there are like not like taxes as a concept is bad, but more like the way that we're like executing them is like it just feels like it's trying to trick you into doing something you don't want to. Because like there are so many things you do have to read. And like sometimes you don't really know where to start asking question at all. I mean like that's probably like more of a general state of uh just anything that has to do with folks who have like accessibility needs in general than just taxes is still. Feel like especially things that like have to do with money, in the current like state of everything is something that like you should be helping people with. Mm. Maybe I can pull this up a bit to make it more centered. Makes sense. Also, what the fuck is going on out here? No, but this mean detailing this desk a bit more. How big must the kid's desk really be? I'm like trying to figure out like the width of this. I have dealt with very small desks, especially when I like went out to do work instead of staying home. Okay, we will have to decide once and for all if this kid needs like glasses or is this like a sunglass thing. Actually, like honestly, like even with like if he doesn't have like actual like if this is like just sunglasses, I feel like there's still a case that can be made about him like wearing it here, because it might have to do like it might have something to do with like harsh lights instead of like vision. So I'm gonna add it. Like something. Honestly, I love like the vibe of just children's book illustrations. I have said before that one of my like bucket list items is getting to illustrate like a children's book one of these days. Either illustrate or like write. But like I feel like being able to write a children's book is like a further away possibility for me than uh like just illustrating one. Just like doing the work illustrating is like closer to what I do now than writing. Fuck yeah, it's good. Like genuinely, like it's like so fun. Like my children's book classes were like my favorite when I was still in book school. Like they do like so much fun stuff with it. Oh, that's so nice. Honestly, I would like to read that. That sounds cool as hell. Yeah, I I don't actually use my book school knowledges a lot, so I mean it makes sense that like it doesn't really show. It was an e-day. It's not exactly like a master book. It's not a publishing master or whatever. It's the work school. But I feel like I got to like look at a lot of more like fun stuff and like a work school than if I were doing like something that was like focusing fully 100% on just like the publishing aspect of it. Fuck yeah. No, I mean like yeah, that's the thing though. Like there's a reason why like folks there are like publishing houses and authors. If you can do both, like that's fine. But like the work of publishing and the work of like making a book is different from the work of just writing. Often like people will like nowadays most people will not like know both of those things. There's a reason why there's like specialization going on. So like you can definitely write without knowing how to write a book. I think like that's just like a normal thing for like magazines to have like happening. Like you did good with that. Like sorry, it was great. I'm so sorry that I actually I read that in French, so like I was like parsing stuff like a bit slower than when I was reading in English, but like from what I know of from what I understood of reading in French, maybe there's a reason why I love the fucking children's book school so much. Not me reading fucking Nouveau Vauban, being like, wow, I can't understand if this is a well written book or not. But yeah, like as far as I know, like from what I can understand of good writing, it was great. Genuinely, like I can understand. I can see if like an English text is not well written. I can't. I don't get a sense when like with French. I'm not there yet with the language before I left to do other things. I guess 12 years took me 12 years. I'm like fully like relying on my knowledge of like the Hanoi landscape instead of a normal normal a more, you know, European or Western like skyline here. More more like outside. Me putting everything in like one of those roll bookcases. It's like roll like pencil cases instead of like in the normal like pencil stand or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna give this kid like a whole box of like those Copic markers because I can. I like him. I want him to have everything. Rich kid privilege. I think he will do good things with like a whole box of that stuff. Me thinking about fictional character, I just gave a box of Copic markers to them. I want to be that bitch. There's so many of those. There are like boxes like that, like in a store near here, I think. But it's not Copic marker. It's like a different brand that is like a lot cheaper, but still it's like I think almost 600,000 dirham dong for a box like this with like 24 colors. And honestly, I don't do traditional art enough to like splurge on that shit. So I already have fucking luster dust in my like in my drawer without using any of that ever. So there's a stopping point for cheating yourself. I think I found it. Oh, hello Monkey. Welcome to stream. We are doing uh commission stuff today. Maybe something else later if I can finish this like sketch in time. We'll think about it. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say this kid is like the kind of person who remembers to cap his shit when he finished using them, so these brushes will be capped. Is he a trainer? He looks like a trainer. I mean, he's holding a fucking Pokeball. Of course, he's a trainer. Does he have a? Has he gotten like any of the badges yet? No, I will say like the maybe the freaking clock. I feel like this is the kind of clock that kids would be all over, like you know the digital clock. I used to be like all over that shit when I was a kid. I always like digital clocks a lot more than like analog clocks for some reason. I don't understand it. They have a vibe. And then maybe the radiator is on this side instead. I will say probably there will be a radiator because they're in like Winden. Oh, like somewhere in Galar. And like the climate is a kind of climate that you will probably need like a heater in summer, in winter. Even though like, good god, but the radiator is something so very alien to me. Um, I'm gonna frame the kid like a bit better with like a window open. Probably. This works, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we got a scene down. Should I give him like a pillow? You know, for the sake of like the phantom feeling of my back, I will give him a pillow. Kids probably don't need a pillow. They are insane. They have the elasticity of like the medieval. Hell yeah. It's good doing like doing, you know, drawing like along with the streamer like in group is good for the soul. I often can't really do it when I'm not the one streaming because I will like be too in chat. I'm unable to shut up as a person, but it's good for the brain, you know, to draw with someone else. Keeps you humble, as I've said before. Okay, a lower grade of brush and darker shade. Hell yeah. God, I love that we are like, we'll be taking a break from drawing by like doing more drawing, and then we'll be get back to drawing. Which is like, yeah. Definitely drawing for work and drawing for yourself is different things. But also like, it's funny. I think it's kind of funny. Seven. Fuck yeah. He has Leon's nose. I've decided that he has Leon's nose, so like a bit like on the lower side than a common anime nose. channel. And this hot chocolate is probably not doing like great thing to my stomach, given it has like a bit of milk in it. Oh yeah, yeah. It's like it is something. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You gotta like milk it for what it's worth while it's like working. That's the case with ADHD. Like very frequently, I will find like a coping mechanism that works for a while, and then like, it doesn't work anymore, and I will have to like move on to another thing. Especially like music will almost never work with me because like I have to listen to very specific types of music, like while I draw, and like almost like it would change very quickly depends on like the mood of the day. You can't really like predict any of it. You just have to like try it out and see what my brain wants on that specific day. Okay. Yes, things like that. Bit taller on top instead of like this back. I thought of like fucking pause my goddamn music for are you still listening reasons. So bring it up a little bit. type of like casual like clothes would this kid have? This is a very like, you know, it's a very like Pokemon trained coat, so I'm, I'm thinking. I think I'm leaning this kid's like design a lot more towards like the kind of artistic like kind of the presentation, yeah, than you know, cool trainer kind of vibe. I mean, those are not mutually exclusive. There are like at least two different characters in Sun and Moon who are like that, I think. Just his undershirt? Like, that would be so funny though. God. This fucking kid, this 10-year-old wearing this fucking turtleneck inside. Like, that's so. I just like. That's so funny to me, I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. It's like this like demeanor, this like pose with this like fucking turtleneck is like killing me. I might have to give him like a normal t-shirt to move on from this. So his arm is kind of up. Fix it somehow. So I'm still freaking listening. Let me. Okay. I also like drunk kids like a lot, like, you know, chubbier than the like the official Pokemon art style. I feel like every time you look at any like a draw of like baby Sonia, you will notice that. Genuinely think that I need to give him a t-shirt. I think this is a bit much for this kid. A freaking like turtleneck. It'll kill me. Cannot. also like having like clothes with like a bit more gills would like I think would sell like the wind thing a bit more than like fucking like body tie stuff. Mm. Details this hand a bit more. Cause like if I don't right now, I will do it like when I was like inking instead of like doing the local sketch on it probably. So best not to uh risk it. Fucking guy. Pens I don't have problem with. It's normal pens. How big did I make the freaking blanket over here? Honestly, I feel like I should be detailing other things around him first. I just wanna do dope shit with my friends. Yeah. Honestly, like this kid is giving me this scene is giving me like phantom envy for like this type of childhood like experience. I don't know why. I will say my childhood is a lot more like eventful than like whatever the fuck this is. Like every day, like every time I think that like no, actually nothing like there's not much happened to me. I just like I had to like actively recount like stuff that did, and I realized like how fucked up like some of it is. Like that time, I did tell y'all about that one time of like me following like a bunch of like older kids like across to basically I'll say like the rooftop, yeah, like two rooftops of like two if I remember correctly 7-story buildings. Like those two are like at least a meter apart with like one single plank bridging like one rooftop to another. It was like that plank was like for builders and workers like still working on like the top of that, and the bigger kids, like the older kids, were like sneaking into those places to just to hang out. And like I wanted to tag along, and I did, and like I got stuck on like the plank for like a whole minute or something, and I was like crying so much. And my mom never like my parents never found out until like pretty recently. Honestly, if they found out before that, I think they would have like a heart attack. But I got into enough shit as a kid. It's still very funny every time my mom was like, "Why did you go out more? Like, do you want to go hang with friends, something like that?" And I'm like, "Mom, do you remember? Do you remember when I was 4? Do you want more of that?" Answer honestly. What type of... Okay. He has socks. Kind of. Yes? Like, yeah, cow fighting. Recalling the image of feet. Hate it. I hate this mental exercise. You know what? Maybe a good tactical decision to put a fucking curtain here. Because I can do this. You know, I don't have to draw that. Maybe I make like some smart decisions here and there in my life. Wrong brush. Remember how to draw it on like this side though. So I'd say probably like steer some of it on with the pillow blanket thing. There's a blanket. That's the word in English. Something. Smaller a bit. Quick question, do y'all wear shoes in your room? Like, is that something you guys do? Learning about customs from overseas. Do y'all wear shoes in your rooms? Or is that just like US Americans do that? Okay. From what I'm hearing, French folks don't do that. Maybe I can force this inside a bit. Yeah, me neither. I'm just like, first of all, I have been hearing about, you know, the US folks, and like I wonder how universal that is on the western side. And also when I was in like the L flat, I had to wear shoes inside, basically. Hmm. This looks good, but like, I feel like I can push it a bit more. Yeah, I honestly just like go barefoot in my own house, of course. But I'm like gathering informations, I guess. Over downtown, now they wanna find me. Trying to remember the right freaking brush. You know what? I like the idea of this kid wearing like flannel socks like this. Like it reminds me of Gloria, which like cool. I feel like that's kind of a tradition. She's starting. Ruler. What is an item or like traditional art or just like general writing that you never fucking remember to bring with you? Of course, definitely the ruler for me. Frequently forget to bring them when I need to. Does not make like learning math at school very fun. But you know what? What can I do really, If my brain doesn't want to listen to one doesn't want to remember the ruler. I think like ultimately I solved that by just having a ruler at school. And like one at home so I don't have to like bring them like in between places. Yeah. Digital art does that to a person. You know what? Next question. What are the things that you have used as a ruler instead of a natural ruler when you're in a pinch? I'm gonna call this one like a brush marker. Another pencil. I think like my most egregious one like was a bottle of water, if I remember correctly. I was so pressed not like about like not uh like having a ruler with me and don't want to go get one. I just use a fucking bottle of water. I was on a train too, I think. Which somehow made it worse? Maybe? Not sure if it's worse or like better. That I was on a train when I was doing that. It was a TGV. Like, despite everything, I do have some affection for the TGV. Fuck SNCF though. They can go to hell. Yeah, it was so much. Oh, that's the end of that album. I need to get a new one. Something with here. I think we will be revisiting that. Hmm. Name again? Andy G. Cohen. Prism or Prisma? Prisma. I just unironically, genuinely just listen to this artist now. Not just like using his stuff for like videos or whatever. What does the box look like? What does the lid of a box look like? Unanswered questions. Guess I can't fucking be bothered to look up references. Don't be like me. What if I just start asking chat for references? Making y'all work for me. Like, alright, first person to show me a picture of a horse gets like $20 or something, or like a fourth of the cut of any tips I get from stream. Well, that's such a deranged way to do like art stream on Twitch, I think. To, but every time I add like a transparent or glass element to like my drawing, I feel like I'm like god modding something. I feel like I've taken on like a task of like Heroes of Legends or something like that. I think like to get across like glasses exactly is very hard, but to colloquially convey that this thing is transparent isn't that big of a deal. And like I guess like eventually you choose between like those two things, but still. Honestly, I'm not even sure if like the lid and like the body of the uh of the boxes are like of the same length right now. You know what? Another bridge will burn when you get there. Trying to divide everything by three is so hard. Okay. Something, something. No, no, I don't think that's the case. I've decided to freaking optical illusion that shit, but it's not working out. That's not how anything work. There you go, and then erase the line of this because it is a stack of paper. I really do like drawing like small like room scenes. It's usually like you get to draw like you get to cram a lot of like the character's personality in there. It's fun. The fact that this kid has like a coat rack and actually uses doesn't mean that like he's a nerd and like that. Not a single child I know have actually used the coat rack that they have in their room. Eventually, they evolved to the level of putting the coat on like the back of the chair. But like most of the cases I've seen, they've just put the shit on the bed or something, or like just on the chair and move it around. Either. How thick is this windowsill again? This, I think. Something. Okay, that means I will get to do like some shading on there, which I'm pretty excited about. That means more free space discharge. Maybe less excited about that. Hello, hello, stream. Welcome to stream. I'm gonna go with like an old-fashioned window door handle. I like the vibe of that more than like the clean like Euro window kind of like plastic window pane. The Euro window might be like, you know, more safe and stuff, but we are already like on the extreme end right now. Might as well get the full vibe. Just like the vibes of, you know, like the old places. That currently the living spaces that like the style of the living spaces that our family used to stay in, like back when I was like literally in like elementary school. Like it is coming back in style currently, but only the aesthetic. And like, well, a cousin of mine was talking of like about like how those spaces were looking great and like, you know, feeling cozy and stuff like that. And like for like I do kind of like the look of it, but in I think like in a different sense than what they do, because like than the way they do it. Because when somebody brings up that type of like housing to me, like all I can think of in my brain is like the fact that when I was 5, we used to have a whole rat, like just straight up a dead rat in our like water tank. Like, yeah, it looks cozy and like it has a vibe to it, but also I don't think it's safe to be like to stay in. Okay. Do not forget the curtain rod. Will be hard to explain the curtain without a curtain rod. I need to draw a perfect circle on stream. Oh, thank you. This is the second sketch. Usually I should actually even like with my own like personal stuff I don't even like get there. I just like start inking from like a rough sketch, which is this. I just like usually like figure shit out from there, but like for a commission, I figure I should be communicating with myself in the future a bit more clearly, like what the fuck I was supposed to do to, you know, do it the right way. Thank you very much, though. I'm going with like the most normal design a uh, for a coat hanger so far. Because I can't think of anything right now. I don't think like making it quirky would like mean anything. Is this kid like a kind? Actually, I mean like the fact that he's trying to like illustrate like his own book means that like maybe he would be on more on the whimsical side of kids. So maybe like a novelty item for like furnitures and stuff would be like his style. He would like that stuff. Okay. I'm looking at references. I feel like this class would could be like a different uh design. And when you draw for Pokemon, like in a pinch, just make any pattern the Pokeball. I feel like that would fit no matter what. Yeah. Well, it's just like only around 10. I think we might be able to finish this in time for the other thing that I wanted to do. Now it's like on the other side. I'm trying to remember how like a class like this works. Maybe it's like I have one like under my desk right now that I can pull up to look at, but once again, really not feeling it. Which not cool. Should be feeling it. What is the miracle that's keeping us back like in the middle where it's visible like this instead of like dropping to the bottom like how maths and gravities work? It will say like something is hanging on this end of it. Then on this side is a coat. It's a fur lined. Uh, probably hanging by like a uh like the tag on the inside. Hmm. Is it showing enough of it? I might be able to like move it a bit further into, but like it will be clipping into the table a little bit. It would be kind of weird to have like, you know, your coat like hanging like a bit into your table. I feel like this might work. Loads to have to work like again on the stuff that I've already worked on doing this right now. Artist music is so freaking cool. All of that guitar riff. Still hanging by the tag. Is it good practice to hang your freaking shit by the tag like that? Because I do that all the time. Not sure if it's like good for your clothes or like whatever. Probably not. We'll say probably not. bit curious how the back of the jacket looked, but I will say this. Oh yeah, I might be fucking up already with like the no. There you go. Not too much detail to put in. We'll see. Honestly, like best case scenario is like being able to show off like the flannel lining for this coat, but honestly, I don't think like we could fit all that in. Not a good idea either, maybe. Then like the funny clock. Funny digital clock that I really wanted when I was a baby. I did have like the very like stereotypical alarm clock that genuinely woke like my whole family instead of just me whenever it rang because it was so loud. It was an analog bitch and a half. I liked it, but like it did break like year 5 into its employment, I think, if I remember correctly. Me about to pull out my Galarian cipher once again to like write the letter on this. Actually, I think this kid would be like the kind of person who has like those like flip, not exactly digital, but also like not exactly analog, like if the flip the type of like that would make it like a middle strip that isn't a number. It's just like the there and then like the cards flip down to like show different numbers. This kid looks like the kind of kid who would like have one of those clocks. I'm calling it. I'm making many assumptions about character like my client sent me. Then sing this down. You know what? I can see most things pretty clearly. This is good. That means I will be able to remember what I need to do tomorrow. I agree. Okay, I will probably do like a heavy ink uh background for this. Like out the background would be like more like more contrasty, and in the background would be like softer. That's my plan currently. It might be a stupid plan. I might like scrap it like last minute. That is how it is right now in my brain. There's also a balcony. I have already forgotten from the moment I sketched this. And I would like to believe in, like, you know, a more solar punk kind of vibe for Winden later on in like the series. So I'm making it real here. I'm gonna put like some green stuff in here, even though it's not like, you know, where it should be. In something. What would be in here? We'll figure that out when we got to the ink, I guess. What is it there? Yeah. Fucking wind and wheel. Can you see it from here? Probably not. Good riddance, honestly. Yeah, something like this. Hell yeah, I'm still streaming. I'm hours right into streaming, baby. Welcome to stream, Libra. Something. I'll do this very quickly to remember what the fuck is like on this plane and what is like on the other one. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am doing work. This is commission. I mean, like, I think it's not that weird that I'm like more confident with like city scenes than, you know, like natural scenes, given that I like grew up and still live in the city. But it is something I think about sometimes, how much more fun I have with like a more industrial kind of scene. Yeah, things should be. Please do not eat light on the computer. But yes. Also, thank you. That is a huge compliment. I feel good thing whenever my friends say that like they want to eat my art. Finally, I can smell like some stuff coming from this freaking candle. I've been burning it ever since like the beginning of the stream. Finally, I can smell something. Yeah, yeah, I think that's mostly it. Really nothing else to do about this. Uh, this is a sketch for this commission that we're having. And I will be finishing this up tomorrow, maybe on stream, maybe not. Depends on like whether I have the energies for streaming or not. But like the first part of the work is done, so I think I will be fine without streaming. But like we'll be going over to another thing right now. I will be keeping all of this references on screen, but need to be able to see, please. Oh, where's she? There. 10 guesses. Who are these people? No, actually, I'm only giving y'all three guesses. Who are these people? I want to finish this up on stream, and like we'll finally. Thank you. I think this is like a moment of like genius for me too. It was like okay, yeah, this slaps. I'll be keeping this. See, I wonder if like my designs are like at the good enough like space that y'all can like recognize these kids on site. Hope y'all do. Fuck yeah, thank you guys. Honestly, I'm not like super sure about like cat eye like glasses for this one, but we'll see. See how it pans out. Maybe it obscures his face a bit too much. Cat eye glasses. Yes. Yes, Libra. Honestly, realistically, I will be lacking out this whole frame because like I can't be freaking bothered to draw it this way anytime, every time probably. But still, maybe like, when it like at least has to do with like uh value rev, I should be doing it like properly. Meow. In Vietnamese, it's like pretty close to English and French. It has always been. Meow. It's like not as much like undulation in that word as the French word. Keep going to the other brush. Of the actual brush that you think stuff. Does anyone have any guess as to who these two kids are? Still have three, I think. Each of you have three. That's the end of that. Oh, don't worry. I can tell you right now, one hint. These are not from, like, technically they're not from medias. Yes, they are from Pokemon World as of currently. There, I risk it and put on a Naruto Vocaloid. Maybe no. Music playlist. It is specifically the Pokemon world, I will say that. Is the freaking playlist? Hello? Do I have problems? No, actually, I will be putting this on. I hope this doesn't nerf my freaking VOD. Oh, don't worry about it. I will say these two are not in any Pokemon games. I mean, so far, maybe one day. God, I could wish. Forward for the pushing the speed of light, pushing the speed of light. To go home again, the speed of light, pushing the speed of light. What did I use for their bit smaller? Actually, I think like Annie's, you will probably have a harder time recognizing this because like you weren't there for the streams that I. Actually, I don't know if any of you guys were there for the streams. I were drawing like another version of these two. I guess this is like more of a test for me to like, to know if like my character designs are strong enough. And the speed of... Yep, Anna's got it. Yep, that one. Yeah. Oh my god. Honestly, you referring to Clover as the dead one is like killing me. I love it. To be fair, that's kind of what they are. That is exactly what they are. Actually, they are currently dead. Yep. They looked somewhat different when they were baby, I think. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Yep, they are OCs. I think like I would not really have the nerve to kill a canon character. Oops, let me do this real quick. There you go. Do win 1, 2, 3. I banished thy name. I can't, Libra. I can't. They're not my characters. I can't do that to them. I say that, and then I do all kinds of shit to them that just like shy of killing them. But I know that. But yes. I mean, like I've already killed my own characters there, so it's not like y'all don't have the drama. I'm manufacturing my own drama with this one. Maybe you can be the drama, Libra, if you want to. It's freaking song. Wow, draw these two. Brim song. Gotta keep them OC alive so you can fit more trauma in. Oh, don't worry. Me killing one of them is like giving the other trauma, so that's a double whammy. I feel like Akashi can handle it though. Akashi is like. He says that he's like a coward, but I do think that out of the two of them, you know, if one of them dies, like if Akashi were the one to die young, then like I don't think Clover could like recover like properly from that. Is this too design? I'm honestly thinking like, is this color a bit too much? I feel like these two like mellow out a lot once they become like, you know, adults. Something something. I think I love clothes a bit too much. Honestly, is any amount of love for clothes too much? This is just the Christian hell, Shrimp. You are describing the Christian hell. And like as far as Christian as hell goes, I think we've already had like a whole book about that. A very classic one, in fact. Being broken, what it was of being broken. Rise up and believe. Damn, a song about rebirth. And like, it's a folk song too. Dead babies? Um, trying to like recall that right now. Please remind me, Shrimp, if you remember the name of it. Wow, hearing that right now is like, wow, giving me something in my brain, making me insane, I think. Keep into the arm. I don't like that. Oh, yeah, okay. I for some reason I don't recall that part, but you know what? I read that in English. I will blame it on that. Often forget a bunch of things. Like an onion. Shrek would never be so cruel. I will say. Yeah, I mean like Inferno is like only one part of the whole like saga. I, Probably the spiciest part, like the spiciest part though, due to all of the heat and such. I mean, like you say that it is like the genre back then. I honestly didn't get to learn like much about European hand wavy medieval era uh like literature, but I do remember like somewhere reading somewhere about that, like it being like like biblical vision literature being like the thing back then. Like uh like his actual opinions on like a lot of that stuff isn't weren't they fully uh like the thing about them. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm even saying anymore, but like a lot of the politicians that he like lambasted in Inferno, like they commissioned to be there. It's like it's definitely a very interesting piece of literature, but simply my brain refused to like stick on it. I I mean, once again, I have other things to think about. Do not get me started on like revolutionary Viet literature again. I think like every stream now I'm like on there. Good God. Maybe I can like dedicate my Lunar New Year vacation to that actually. Yeah, like he got like a lot of shit for it, but actually like me for it and such. I honestly I think like this should be talked about by someone more, you know, more knowledgeable on this subject than me. This is a Twitch chat. We are in a Twitch chat right now. I don't think any type of like serious uh information exchange should happen here. This holy holotones is in fact correct on this point. Like there's a reason why like people have been studying that shit for literal centuries now and have written like various like numerous dissertations on like just that piece alone and like the context around it and like the content of it. And I mean definitely not like Not all books need to be the Divine Comedy to be worth reading. That is definitely not the point of anything we're getting to today. As I am literally standing here, not standing, I'm sitting here drawing my own OC after I've killed one of them in my own comic. It's okay, actually, that you write a story that is only for you. It's good, actually, that we've gotten to a point in, the general history where that is the case. And, like, a possibilities of somebody like, like us. Fuck yeah. Yeah, like Seven Ocean for me definitely means, recovery in a sense, and history in another sense. Trying to even out a slang for no reason. Does not mean anything if it is more even, but I want to. Yeah. I wonder how far in the future Galar is. Like me thinking a little bit about the timeline and stuff is probably gonna like mess up this whole thing. Because technically the comic is like about 20 years before canon. And this design for them is like, I will say like another around 15 years before the comic. Maybe that pushes this like solidly into the 90s, the Pokemon 90s. The Pokemon 90s, not the real life 90s. '90 themes. I thought like red and blue is already '90 themes enough. And I keep thinking a little bit about the fact that the first Pokemon games are created with like the sprites first, and then like the art, like the official art and stuff later. And now it's basically the opposite, the inverse. Like they make like flat concept art and then they transfer that into like 3D shapes, which is like the reason why old Pokemon illustrations are like more complex in shape. They have like more like small details. They sometimes have like bodies and heads like more like stuck to each other, I guess. Like the body parts are like less defined, and they have like fires and shit and things that like float around them that are definitely not like easy to animate in higher resolution. It's because like they came out like sprite first, and then like the artist like drew official like illustrations of them later based on the sprites. Also, why like some details like change between generations, not just because of the gameplay and stuff, but also like they can just change art like the official art. This is like the same body type as my Bidasana, I think. Alan is a little bit heavy, more heavy set than me, even though they are technically my Spidasana. Man, I can't freaking wait for the next like Into the Spider Verse movie. Honestly, I hope it has like simul release on like streaming, because no matter how much I love anything, I'm not going into a fucking theater right now. But still, I want to watch it. I hope a simul releases. We have like good precedences for like simul release for animation specifically. I think specifically because kids are like at home a lot more now. I'll think about the seams later. Get right to spray. Oh yeah, I forgot about the rest of this like design on his code t-shirt. That's the word. Is in your care. Get right to spray. Technically, it has to be down here, so I'd rather probably like do one single line.
The nights are long between the stars and lonely too for me. I wonder how I might have fared with home and family. But the bonds of friendship I have formed will last my lifetime through.
Yeah. Thinking about Akashi, like
Security
already being like a bigger kid than like most of his peers, and like, intentionally like wearing shoes and making him like taller,
so
so people
cold
like leave him alone.
navigator set the course and go. We've stars and planets to explore. My wild heart tells me so. Beneath the metal decking, I can hear the engine sigh, and all I need is a mighty ship and a star to guide her by. I've seen a million beauties and I've known a million fears. And life is what I found between the laughter and the
This
tears.
sounds so Star Trek.
Still I will sail the last frontier through worlds both tame
I
and
mean, like they literally use the word "last frontier." So
wild.
yeah, this is a Star Trek song, alright, but
Witness with the wonder of a child. So call the navigator, set the course and go. We've stars and planets to explore. My wild heart tells me so. Beneath the metal decking, I can hear the engine sigh, and all I need is a mighty ship and a star to guide her by.
remembering that insane Sherlock Holmes Star Trek crossover, TOS specifically, the fact that I read when I was like 10, and I think like, I was obsessed with it. Not 10, I was a lot older than 10, maybe 15. But yeah, I was like, obsessed with that one. It was very well written. And it was written by one of like the veterans of the classic Holmes fandom. And of course also the Trek fandom. And I think like, she published some of that writing later on. But I read that on like the FF.net platform. Oh good god, the FF.net platform. It was like even when I was on it, it was already like a shit show. The FF.net like platform, but I endured because back then like the classic homes community on there was like the strongest one as far as I know, because like I got like stuck back then. I was stuck like between the live journal days and the AO3 days, and like once like live journal kind of died down, like it took a while for Dreamwidth to like come out. So like most of the folks like have backup on fanfiction.net, but like good god, like just like the user experience of being on there was like hard. It was so garbage. Also just like the general climate back then was a lot less, gay than what we have right now. So and honestly I'm grateful for like what we've got right now as far as fandoms goes. Folks like, catastrophize a bunch of stuff that happened in fandom, but good god, I remember back then. It's like every other day, like I have a friend who is in fandom studies, and like she does like some stuff on like fanzines, like and fan art cultures. like especially like in relation to and in comparison with like fanfic cultures and like specifically about like how the fact that like how like ephemeral fan art is and makes like how that influences like the forming of communities surrounding fan art versus like communities surrounding fanfics. And like every time she brings up like like older fanfic circles and specifically like old like forums, not just like ff.net but like actual forums, I was like shuddering because like I was on there and it was like hell. Like I like forums as like a posting format, but good gods, like specifically because like we were like fucking children like trying to police each other and it was like horrible. Nobody know what they were saying fucking anything back then. I mean that's a solid reason why I'm not really active in like Viet art circles and why I mostly do stuff like on an English speaking platform. Thank you, Libra.
I've never left this earth. I've never seen the stars. I've never had a chance to journey to the moon or Mars. My name will never be recalled in books of history. But by God, I know that those who did could not have without me. For I'm the man who took up tools and laid out the designs of starships. I'm the one who built their sleek and burnished lines. I'm every man who ever fashioned cold refined steel into the dream of space flight. I'm the one who made them real.
God, Phil was so good.
I'll never know the thrilling pain of blasting into space. I'll never know what mysteries lie in some unearthly place. I'll never see new stars be born or watch the old ones die. I'll never hear a child from an alien planet cry. But I'm the man who took up tools and laid out the designs of starships.
Okay, actually, this song reminds me of that one thing that I heard on uh I think that was like an ad for something on TV the other day because like we have ads between parts of like the specific like bullet points of like a news show, our national news show, and in the middle of that or something like that, like a kid, there was an ad of like a kid saying like, "I want to be an astronaut," but and then like it says something about like uh but basically saying something about like them being a nerd or like they've learned too much or something like that, like they got too focused in studying to like do something cool like becoming an astronaut again or something like that, and that made me stop and like just stop me like dead in my track like on my way back to my room because like it baffled me so much. Like the idea of like astronauts not being nerds. Like being astronaut is like, of course, is cool, but like specifically a cool that has nothing to do with studying. Like, God, I'm still insane over that actually.
Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we've found beyond the sky. We set out in our starship in 2049, sent to fly the galaxy, another Earth to find. They put us in our coffin and gently closed the lid. And if I'd known then what I know now, I'd wished I'd wake up dead. And so we flew 1,000 years through interstellar space. Light years separated us
Trying to
from
like
the
figure out like
human race.
some of the
Then at last we slowed as we
hatching on this
approached
one.
our target
The
star.
hatching.
And now we'd find the reason that we've traveled so far. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we've found beyond the sky.
Honestly, thinking about space is like a lot, but I love space horror. Specifically, there is that one like space horror movie from Korea that I really want to watch. Cause like I saw like a few screenshots from that movie and it looked like so, the atmosphere is so good. It has like a very specific type of bleakness that comes with like being alone like that in like a very like sterile type of environment that is like specific to like space horror.
A tiny voice we heard, and it spoke to us in English, and we understood each word. Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we
I
bear
need to
will
find it again
testify to the
actually.
pain we've found beyond the
I, I think
sky.
Firefly sent it to me
Been on our
a
way
while
to keep
ago.
us
I'm gonna
from
search the
pride.
link.
And man spread to 1,000 stars while we were half alive. But still they could not stop our ship to save us from our fate. And so we have arrived here but 900 years too late. They
Hmm.
told us we were heroes, pinned medals to our chests. And they gave us a fine pension and sent us off to rest. For we're
No? Oh,
infected
god damn it.
vessels from
Uh,
another place and time. And so
Let
they
me
have
scroll
allowed
then.
us, though we're all still in our prime.
There you go. Okay, I saw it. The Silent
Space is
Sea
dark and
coming
space is
out
deep,
last
and
year.
the price we've paid is far too
Let's
steep.
remember
Though
that. The
we've
Silent
gained a
Sea
hero's name, we're all
by
cripples
directed
just
by Choi
the
Han Young.
same, and the scars we bear will
Looks
testify
so
to the
good.
pain we've found beyond the sky. And of the 10 men of our crew, but 2 of us remain. For trapped here in the future, we all have gone insane. We knew when we set out that we'd be gone 1,000 years, but we never thought we'd end up as unwanted pensioners. And soon we too will follow where the other 8 have gone. And then our long sad journey will finally be done. In
Me
the next
figuring out
world
like
where
the
we meet, my time lost lonely
actual
friend.
like detailing
We'll
on
see her
Akashi's
one last time as we take each
like
other's
pants right
life.
now.
Space is dark and space is deep, and the price we've paid is far too steep. Though we've gained a hero's name, we're all cripples just the same, and the scars we bear will testify to the pain we found beyond the sky.
around this. Yeah, listen up until. Damn, it's like 11 right now. Might have to. I might have to call it for the stream soon. I would like, honestly, I would have liked to figure out like the uh palette for these two on stream too, but you know what? Maybe it's a business of a Baku who has slept. Soon it will be time for me to sleep. Oh, is it like fuck? Yep, fuck that. There you go. Thank you for stopping by the stream, Monkey. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, I think this is gonna be like the ink for these two, but I really want to figure out the. Maybe I should like at least do the. Oh, oops! I just realized I have gaps there. I should probably do like the grayscale base. Thank you. His name is Akashi, or Akashi more exactly, because like, it's written in the French way. I don't know why I keep reading it like the Japanese way. I feel like it has like a kind of bounce for it in the Japanese way of saying it, but technically it's written as Akashi. Where was the thing that was? Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. Them. I write that name next to them. Sorry for you guys. I remember the name. Ireland. Know the name. Oh, it's doing the thing.
Prometheus, they say, brought God's fire down to man, and we've caught it, tamed it, trained it since our history began.
No, maybe it is the brush I was thinking about.
Heaven just to look him in the eye, and there's a thunder across the land and a fire in the sky. Gagarin was the first back in 1961 when, like
This Clover and this is
he climbed to reach the sun.
I can see.
He knew he might not make it, for it's never hard to die. But he
This them.
off the pad and wrote a fire in the sky.
I'm stubborn. I want to like at least like figure out technically what their like value stuff would be. So I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna figure that out on stream.
And there was one small step and a fire in the sky.
I still have the red folder? Yes, I do. Congratulations, where? There you go. This, nope, that's not it. Me trying to figure out where the fuck I put my files.
Now the rest is up to us, there's a future to be won. We must turn our faces outward, we will do what must be done. For no cradle lasts forever, every bird must learn to fly. And we are going to the stars, see our fire in the sky. Yes, we're going to the stars, see our fire in the sky.
Every time I do like character design like this for Pokemon stuff, I was like, this is too like stuck to the theme, etc., etc. And then I remembered like some of the designs that were actually in Pokemon like canon, and it's like I'm actually entitled to anything. Actually, I'm allowed to do anything I want. I will say that oof, wrong. No, that's this one. I still made like connect, like I still made contact there. Weird. There are things that like they are in the comics, like they are there, but they're like background enough that I don't think anybody knows this really. But like Clover does have like a thematic ball motive. Well, like Agassi has like a kite motive. Think about it. Now currently, also of course.
Our ship was proud but small. We plied our course through the star-swelled seas. Fate was master of us all. When luck turned bad, oh how Papa swore. Our
Oh, did I? No, okay,
family
at least got that.
died that day.
Overextending my finger to touch the 3 key instead of like the W key. And accidentally setting my goddamn rush like density to 30
But
or
this
3
is
even.
the only home that I have ever known, and I curse my luck for the price I pay. Always
Honestly, love the idea of like immediately after the atomic dream kind of era of science fiction comes the era of like people wondering how humanity can fuck up in space.
My cousin Ross, I a child of 10, and old
And
me
somehow all of those are like kind of on the ethical end.
but one by one I've lost them too. Now the ship is all I own.
There's like some stuff that I like notice in these songs where like
I may lose her soon,
they
and
are very tedious as
be
a concept of like being alive in space.
but this ship's the only
You
home
know, this one is about like
I have ever
being
known,
fucking poor as hell and having only one ship in space and like
price I pay
getting into an accident that like
on my own,
eating into like your saving and like
and
losing your whole family.
luck is the game I play.
Like only now like only the ship remaining. Your one like
Now
constant in life.
I
That is
know
such a like
to
bleak way to live in space in a sci-fi kind of way.
while watch upon watch
And this
clouds
song is like from the
pass
70s or 60s, I
I
think.
hear my family cry. Someday soon fate will bring me down. I'm tired and sick inside. I've run so long,
Something like
there's
this,
no
I imagine.
place to run, and no place left to hide. But this ship's
I
the
guess she.
only home that I have ever known, and I curse my luck for the price I
Okay, I do remember.
pay. I
Like the thing
hope
with him is that like he has like a more contrasty wardrobe than Clover.
luck is the game I play. Yes, a merchanter's luck is the game I play.
Can I play coy and just no, no, do the work? Not that much work, just work.
Three men sit tensely waiting for the dawn. The brilliant burst of fire that will carry them on. The anticipation grows for the crew that waits below. In the endless, breathless hours before the dawn. Starfire, starfire, bear my soul to touch the universe beyond. 10,000 hands to build the shining shell. It took a dozen years and love to build it well. Everyone who touched its birth, though they be bound on earth, will be with the astronauts that in her dwell. Starfire, starfire, it's singing in my blood, I know it
I
well.
love how eventually I can see becomes like the kind of person who wears a like fantasy tavern keeper kind of outfit. When he dresses like a fucking professor when he's a kid. Is there a connection there? I'm not sure. Go with this for pants, I'll say. Like, I think like Nagashi and Clover's first meeting, like some kids were like making fun of Clover, and Clover were like fully oblivious to it. And I guess he was like, okay, so do you know that they're like he pulls Clover over, basically kind of shielding him, and then like I guess he was like, do you know that they were like making fun of you? And Clover was like immediately at first like no, and then he was like, okay, so why do you tell me though? So like of course obviously they're like great friends from then on. Later. Ooh. Best to fill us in without seeing shit and then fix that like later. Remind me to, please. There you go. Oh, I didn't notice it. Yeah. I think this is like about the stuff that happens for Akashi and Clover. I'll figure out like the actual color palette later. Currently we have like the values. That's really good. Hey, like what we got like done today. It's like I'll say it's a pretty like productive stream as far as anything goes, you know? Those are the things that we got done today. Congratulations to us. I hope you guys also got like your stuff done along with me. Or you are resting. Either way, that's pretty good. Okay, thanks for stopping by the stream. We got the stuff done and we got the other stuff somewhat done as well. I will be finishing up the commission tomorrow. Whether I'll be streaming it is a different story, but I will figure it out. Best bet is to, keep an eye on my Twitter. I will like tell y'all like a few minutes before if I actually go streaming. Uh, but yeah, thank you guys for keeping me company. Thank you guys for being here and like chatting with me while work. We got like I got work done, definitely thanks to having the company that I have today. Uh, Hope you guys have a good night. Eat well, sleep well, rest well. Uh, See you guys later.